guys, it's fun Chic Styles here, and today I have a great video for you. It's tips on before you board a cruise. Check it out.
Hi everybody.
Your ship is coming. Are you ready to board your cruise? So it's that time to board the cruise, but before you board, check this video out.
Something excellent, great, and exciting all about cruises. So who doesn't love cruises, right? You got everything you can possibly want for a vacation all in one. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to, worry about drinking and driving, worry about what you're going to eat. Everything that you need is on a cruise. And so today I'm going to talk to you about Carnival. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Carnival. And recently I just came back from a 8-day cruise on Carnival Cruise Line's flagship, the Carnival Vista, which was pretty exciting. My family and I had been planning this cruise for years, so we had an amazing time. Outside of me getting a little bit of a tan, I wanted to kind of go over with you guys, especially people who are thinking about going on a cruise, never been on one before, want to know which one is, kind of better for them in their particular situation, whether you're going on a vacation with your family, with friends, coworkers, young children that are teenagers. You just want to kind of, or maybe you're going on a cruise, for your honeymoon or birthday, whatever you're celebrating, whatever reason why you want to go on a cruise, I definitely wanted to kind of go over a little bit of some of the tips if you are going to be going on a cruise with Carnival. Some things that you want to maybe consider before you book your cruise, and then once you're already booked, waiting for that exciting day to aboard the ship, what are some key things you're going to need. So this video is all about some of the key things, some of the key points of all about from my experiences, and then also from the Carnival's website, a little bit about what all to expect, what to do, what to pack, just all about getting you prepared to get on the ship. So I want to go over some key things. Again, this video is all about prepping you to board the ship, so upon your arrival. So some key things I want to go over is going to be before you board, kind of what to expect, what to pack, kind of everything that you're going to need, so that you won't get on the ship and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot that. So these are some of the key things to look for. So before you board, getting ready for embarkment, what you're going to do is, number one, once you actually have booked your cruise, you'll be able to log in, create a username and password to get in on Carnival's site, and then on there you can go ahead and do your online check-in. Now, online check-in is so vital. It's crucial. It's very important to do the online check-in. It'll make your arrival to the port so much smoother. So pretty much with the online check-in, you're going to go ahead and make sure that you're going to fill out your travel documentation information, such as your passport or your visa, or any travel documentations, whether you have a passport, ID card, or any of those things. You're going to need to have that information with you before you check in online. And online check-in is super easy, super simple. It's about like 4 steps, getting your basic information, name, phone number, address, then going into country of citizenship, your passport number, issue and expiration date, how you're going to be arriving to the cruise port, whether it be if you're flying in or if you're here locally or if you're driving in. So they want all that key important information that you're going to go ahead and put in online in the online check-in. So a little bit about that. So pretty much you have to complete your online check-in at least 24 hours, or at least by midnight the night before you get on the cruise ship. So if your cruise is leaving out Saturday for Carnival, you want by midnight before Saturday, so Friday night before midnight, to complete your online check-in. Because anything after midnight, you won't be able to do it online, and you'd have to do it once you get to the port, which will delay you from all the fun of getting on the ship. Another key point I want to talk to you about is the quick verification process. Again, if you do check in online, what will happen here is you'll have a very quick process that you go through at the port, um, which will allow you to get through rather quickly and be able to get on the ship even sooner. Now, what will happen if you don't check in online before midnight? What's going to happen is that once you get to the port, you will be delayed. There will be some delays in getting on the ship. You'll just have to present the information and documentations to the staff there once you get there. Now, another key important factor to understand upon arrival to the port is you will need to be at the port no later than 30 minutes. I'm sorry, 30 to 60 minutes before, no later than 60 minutes prior to sailing. If you do not get to the port within an hour of the sailing time frame, and sailing times can vary depending on the ship, your location, where you are, and where you're from, that can vary. But for me, when I got on the Carnival Vista, we had to be there no later than 3 p.m. Eastern because the ship was sailing out at 4 p.m. Okay, so before you board, getting ready for embarkation. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what you need to do before you board the ship, how it's all going to work, what's going to be required, what you'll need, what you don't need, what you can leave at home, what you can't leave at home. You know, we're going to go over all of those things. So, number one, with the online check-in, as I mentioned before, once you complete the online check-in, you, of course, you're going to have your travel documentations, whether that be a passport, a visa, whatever documentations you need for proof of citizenship for your country. So you'll have all of that stuff completed online by midnight before you get on the ship, before you board the ship. So keep that in mind. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is the arrival time. So during your online check-in process, they're going to require you to choose an arrival time to board the ship. So I know like 2, 3 years ago, this wasn't even an option when I went on a Carnival ship before. And I remember it took me like at least an hour, if not longer, to get on the ship. There was so many people there, hundreds of people there at the same time. We were all trying to get on the ship at the same time. There were long lines. People were frustrated. They just wanted to start their vacation. So I'm glad that they implemented this arrival time because this allowed for a major reduction in time. I know that the earliest you can board the ship is between 11 and 12 p.m. The day of arrival, and it's like in 30-minute increments. So from 11 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12, so on until about 3 p.m., which is an hour before the ship actually sails off, which is at 4 p.m. Eastern for the Carnival Vista here in South Florida, Miami. Now, I'm not sure about any of the other Carnival ships what the departure time is, but I know for the Carnival Vista here in Miami, we were due to leave from the port at 4 p.m. and everyone had to be on the ship by 3 p.m. Eastern. Um, so the arrival time, I know that when my family and I arrived during our time, it was such a smooth transition. I want to say between arriving to the port and getting actually on the ship, um, it was about 10 to 15 minutes max, which was amazing. It was so smooth. There was very short lines. I waited less than 5 minutes to see someone at the front. It was great. Okay, so the next thing, once you actually arrive to the port, what you'll need is, of course, you're going to need your boarding pass, you're going to need your picture ID, you also need your citizenship documentations, whether that be a passport, visa, passport card, what have you, and then your completed healthcare questionnaire. So you'll need all that information with you when you arrive to the port. Upon arrival, just keep in mind that if you arrive before 1:30 p.m., then you'll have the option to check your bags. As soon as you arrive to the port, there are people there available waiting for you that can actually check your bags for you. If you were unable to print out the luggage tag, They have luggage tags there. They'll put your name, your room number on there. You can put your address on there as well. And what they'll do is they will take your large luggage from you, your large carry-on bags, and they will actually bring it directly to your room, to your door on the ship. So that's a great benefit. That allows you to free up yourself a little bit so that when you do get on the ship, you can go straight to lunch, which is usually on the Lido deck. I know it was on Lido deck for the Carnival Vista. Have lunch. You don't have to worry about having your bags with you. So that's a great benefit. Keep in mind, however, though, if you do arrive before 1:30, that there is a possibility that your room may not be ready by that time. So if your room is not ready, again, you can go ahead and have lunch, maybe get a drink, maybe explore the ship a little bit until your room is ready. Now, usually about 2 hours before the ship sails out, so in this case, the Carnival Vista was due to leave out at 4 p.m. So at about 2 p.m. Eastern, they will stop checking bags. So if you arrive after 2 p.m., between 2 and 3 p.m., your room probably will be ready. However, you will have to get on the ship with your luggage. You'll have to actually carry your luggage on the ship. You won't be able to check it. So keep that in mind as well. Now, what can you bring in your luggage outside of course, your normal clothes and toiletries? Carnival does allow you to bring 12 sealed cans or cartons. That can be sparkling water, juice, sodas, milk. It cannot be any kind of alcoholic beverage, but it can be any one of those things that I mentioned. As long as it's sealed, 12-ounce cans or cartons, you can bring that in your carried-on luggage. You can also bring a 750 milliliter bottle of either champagne or wine. You can bring one bottle in your carry-on bag per person. So you can bring that. So if you want to maybe enjoy a bottle of wine or have your champagne on the ship for a special time or occasion or during dinner, you're more than welcome to do that. Just keep in mind, everybody, that Carnival does charge a $15 corkage fee, which means that if you choose to open your bottle of wine, particularly at the dining room or any other place on Carnival, they will charge a $15 fee to be able to open that wine or champagne and enjoy it during dinner. So just keep that in mind. Another thing you can do is you can purchase alcohol on the ship. So Carnival has so many different shops on board the ship, but one of the shops that they have is a alcohol shop, which has anything that you can imagine: rums, vodkas, tequilas. They also have white Hennessy available on the ship as well. Now it is duty free, so you can of course purchase anything like that on the ship.
Okay guys, it's time to get on the ship. Are you ready? Of course you are. You just got my tips on before you board a cruise, so you're more than ready. I hope you're excited to have a wonderful vacation. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything, please leave comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. As always, guys, I appreciate the love. If you want to see more, you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you again, as always. This is Chic Styles. Until